Afternoon, everyone. This is Chef Perrington, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make fried spring rolls and fresh spring rolls. So here we have our ground pork, and then these are all the ingredients that we're going to use for our fresh spring rolls. These will not be cooked. Everything that you stuff in here will be cooked already. So here I have my pork. You can use seafood, you can use chicken, you can use whatever you want. Here I have some ground ginger, about half a tablespoon. I've got some minced garlic, same amount. And then I've taken some bamboo shoots and I've chopped them up. I've got some long rice, which what we see here. Okay, so I've cooked the long rice and then I've cut it up because it's going to go into the meat. Okay, so we've got our long rice. Then we've got some minced green onion, and we've got some cilantro. Okay, I'm also going to add a little bit of fish sauce. And we're just going to mix this all up. You want to mix this all up until your meat gets to a point where it becomes like it's sticky. And this is going to hold the meat together. By the way, you can also make meatballs out of this mixture if you like. Okay, now we have our meat all mixed up. And we're done with that portion. So we're going to set our meat over here. So now we have our meat mixed up, and I want to talk to you about different types of material that you could utilize. Okay, this here is rice paper. This here is also rice paper. Notice that the two different sizes. You can get multiple different sizes. You can buy these basically at your Asian markets. You could also get it at your regular grocery store. Okay, if you look here, it has a pattern. Okay, these are made where the rice is soaked and ground, and then it's put on a mold and left to dry. Okay, and that's why you get this pattern. Okay, this is the same. So we have two rice papers. We're also going to be using our spring roll shells. We're going to be using wonton wrappers. You're familiar with those. And then we also have a lumpia wrapper. Okay, you'll find these in Asian markets as well. This is an item that's very common for Filipino cuisine, and a lot of Asians will also use the lumpia wrappers as well. Okay, so whenever we're using rice paper, you want to get a bowl. You want to put some water in it. Just plain, cool, room temperature water. You do not add anything to it. You just take your rice paper and dip it to get it wet. Shape off the excess. And then lay it down. Grab another sheet. Oops, that's two. Now be careful because these will tear easy. And lay it down. Okay, so as you can see, they're becoming a little bit more pliable, whereas before it was nice and stiff and rigid. Okay, so now we're going to get our meat. And we're going to take a spoonful, depending on the size that you want your egg rolls to be. You want to make sure you have consistent thickness all the way across. And you're going to fold it over, pull it back towards you tightly. Then you're going to take the edge and bring it in, but you want to bring it in just on a slight angle. Okay, same thing with this side, slight angle, and then you're just going to continue rolling. You want to make sure that when you roll this, you continue to roll it tightly. Okay, you don't need to do anything to seal it because it seals itself. All right, so next we're going to use our spring roll shells. You're just going to separate these. Okay, and these we're going to put in a triangle. And we're going to basically roll them up the same way we did the others. Spread it out evenly. And then again, just like we did with the rice paper, you're going to tighten it, bring it in, and you can make these larger or smaller. They come in different sizes as well. Okay, and these you're going to put them seam side down, and momentarily they will seal themselves. Okay.
Go ahead.
So now we're going to do the wontons. So you see the wontons, there's a lot of different sizes and shapes. You can find them in circles and squares. And these are squares, so what we're going to do is do the same thing we did for the other wrapper. We're going to lay them down in triangle. These you want to put about a tablespoon of meat, not too much, because you want to be able to close it nicely. Okay, and again, we're going to do the same thing, spread it out, come up corner, fold, fold, and voila, we have little tiny egg rolls. Okay, and there we have it for our 3 types. And we'll get back to you momentarily to show you how to cook them. So now we will cook them. So you want to make sure you place them away from you. And make sure if you're doing the rice paper, make sure that they do not touch because they will stick to everything. Periodically, you want to turn them over. Sometimes they cooperate, sometimes they don't, because of the bubbles. Welcome back. Now we're going to make fresh spring rolls. No cooking involved. Okay, again, as you saw with the last demonstration with the fried spring rolls, we're going to dip our rice paper in the water. Shake it off, and again, remember this is just room temperature water, nothing special. Okay. So I have a wonderful array of products. So I have some butter lettuce, I have some mint, some Thai basil. This is not your Genovese basil, so it's got more of a flavor to it. We've also got some fresh mint leaves. We've got some cilantro leaves. We've got some cooked long rice. You can also use mung bean noodles. I've got some julienne carrots, some bamboo, some julienne English cucumber, and shrimp. And then I've got the makings for the dipping sauce that I will make after I make this. Okay, so now our paper is ready, so you want to see what's on the outside. So you can take your shrimp, put it on the outside. This shrimp is fully cooked, so when you do your fresh spring rolls, always make sure whatever you're doing is cooked. Okay, so you can put in brisket, believe it or not. You can put in beef, you can put in pork belly. Pork belly is really good. Okay, then we're going to take our leaves. We're going to put right on top of that. I'm going to take some of my long rice, spread that out. Some cucumber, spread that out. A bit of bamboo shoots, spread that out. Carrot, look at all these lovely colors. And then we've got a few of our cilantro leaves, a couple of our mint leaves, and a couple of our Thai basil leaves. Now we're going to grab our wrapper, and just like we did before, we're going to bring it over, fold it down. We're going to bring our edges in ever so carefully. And we're going to make sure that we roll this nice and tight. And there we have it. And there we go, we have our fresh spring rolls. And next, I'm going to show you how to make the dipping sauce. So as you notice, I have a mortar and pestle here. Some people would call it a molcajete, but in this one, if you notice, look really close, there's grooves. So this helps break up the garlic and the pepper. So the first thing I have is I have a piece of garlic and a Thai chili. Then I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, and the sugar serves two purposes. One, it offsets the saltiness from the fish sauce, but it also helps keep these products from popping up and getting in your eyes. Growing up, I did this. My mother taught me how to do this, and there was many times where I would get the hot pepper juice in my eyeball. So it's very important to be careful when you're doing this. We're going to turn this into a nice little paste. If only we had smell-o-vision. You can smell the Thai chili. Very good. So we have a nice paste in here, as you can see. So we're going to add a little bit of rice vinegar. A little bit of fish sauce. Get it off my little mortar and pestle. And then the rest of the way is water and lime juice. Okay. So now we have our dipping sauce, and we're going to put it in a bowl for it. All right, to conclude our lesson today, we are going to cut them up and try them. Okay, so as you can see, 4 wrappers, 4 plates, 2 different sauces. So we're going to cut them in half. So the first one we're going to cut in half is our fresh spring roll. Cut it on a bias. And look at that, doesn't that look so good? And here we go. Lay it on the plate. Next we have our fried spring roll. Again, look at that. Oh, so very good. Just makes you want to go after it. Then we have our rice paper, same wrapper we use for the fresh spring rolls. Look at that. Oh, just so yummy. And last but not least, our little tiny appetizers. Again, I like to use these just as little appetizers. And there we go. Bon appetit. Bye-bye.